I had the gas man come who was very Texan, and he told me about my propane lines. And as he was walking through my living room, he spots one of my Miku figures and goes, "That looked like one of them Genshin impacts," in his country accent. You just met Hank. Man, it's always weird seeing YouTubers that I watch just like ambiently when it comes to, Kalbus, because it's like, that's a name I recognize. I'm still not used to it, and I'm still not used to Hank Hill actually existing as a physical person asking about the Genshin impacts that are inside your living room. Honestly, you know what? Credit to the guy for even recognizing what an animes looks like, you know? A lot of people don't. Hello everybody and welcome to Kalbus. My name is Lumo and today we are looking at r/Tumblr, a subreddit dedicated entirely to posts that have escaped the quarantine zone known as Tumblr.com. Things from blogs, things that have been reblogged, and horrifying comment threads that go on for far too long. Let's just get right into it. Amusement park ride documentaries. I love watching documentaries about amusement park accidents because all the park officials are saying, "Oh God, none of us could have anticipated the roller coaster car would detach. This is a freak accident, an act of God." And the narrator is like, "The Dick Twister 9000 was a known safety hazard and rabies vector since its inception. It was designed by disgraced Cirque du Soleil clown John Roosters, who has never seen a math textbook." It's like true crime podcasts being so joyful and cheery about like, and he stabbed his mother to death 87 times. And then you have like creepypastas who are talking about fake things, and it's just like, "And Mario's overalls were the color of photorealistic blood." The dichotomy between these formats absolutely kills me every time. Interesting. Today I learned that Charles Osborne had the hiccups non-stop for approximately 68 years from 1922 to 1990. His hiccups first started in 1922 while weighing a hog for slaughter. He fell and busted a blood vessel in his brain, resulting in him damaging a small part of the brain that inhabits the hiccup response. Wait, you're telling me the default is yes hiccups. There's a part of the brain that is specifically designed to say no hiccups instead? You sound surprised that humans are so badly designed. Let's be real, it's a miracle we even work. We are meat computers piloting a skeleton wearing a suit of flesh armor. It is obscene that we function in the slightest. Get Europe'd! United States borders, but they are based off of rivers and mountains. Get Europe'd! I think we should do this, but leave Colorado alone, so there's just an extremely jarring rectangle in one part of this. I like how you think. Enough the box with you. Look, here's the thing. We can't get Europe'd. We've had 2 wars about this. It's not allowed, I'm sorry. I'm a lasagna hug. Go hang a salami backwards is I'm a lasagna hog, and that pleases me. How did either of these sentences occur naturally for you to discover this? I mean, hey, you might, every now and again, you just gotta hang. You just gotta let it hang, dude. I understand fully how the inbox could have seen the phrase "go hang a salami." Mystery solved. Had a dream where a very scary woman in a blood-red dress, possibly a Dracula, was trying to seduce me, but her kink was table setting, and instead of a sex dream, I had a dream about a raging tacky salt and pepper shakers with increasing frustration. She got something out of it though, I guess. Monsters Inc., but instead of living off scared children, they collect the energy produced by giving adults weird, frustrating dreams about awkward, surrealist boning. Guys, I think I figured out Twin Peaks. I have never watched Twin Peaks. Is it good? I know it inspired Deadly Premonition, one of the greatest video games of all time, so I assume that it must be good. Too accurate. Greek mythology in 5 words. Unfortunately, Zeus was feeling horny. Norse mythology in 5 words. But Loki had an idea. I cannot wait for the part in the new God of War where Atreus, I guess spoilers for a game that came out when, 2018? Spoilers, I cannot wait for Loki to get a rock pregnant, because that is real. That is real. He also had a child with a horse. I don't understand. North mythology is just a little bit weird. It was a rock. He once tied, I'll say a valuable part of his anatomy to a goat to make somebody laugh. Again, Norse mythology is weird. Acting is believing. Sometimes I like watching those silly kids movies, especially the ones with a lot of CGI. Look, would it kill people to put punctuation inside of their posts? This is so difficult. Sometimes I like watching those silly kids movies, especially the ones with a lot of CGI characters in live action, because I intentionally like to see how much the big-name celebrity human protagonist is actually committing to this movie. Yeah, you're stuck in this corny cash grab plot, but are you gonna sit there staring at the camera while your soulless eyes, or are you gonna put your whole chest into it and earn every dollar of that paycheck? Neil Patrick Harris does not want to be in the Stub Smurfs movies, but James Madison really does want to adopt Sonic as his son. Amy Adams does not want to dance around with fairy tale creatures and Muppets. Domhnall Gleeson does want to brutally murder the James Corden rabbit with every ounce of his being. I'm gonna be completely real. The sheer amount of actual technological prowess and physical acting that went in to Who Framed Roger Rabbit still makes it stand out to this day. Like, look at some behind the scenes footage. There's so much practical effects that they needed to do to convincingly insert Roger Rabbit and everything else into that world. It's mind-boggling. It's so good. And then Space Jam 2 exists. This post is still pretending to be ravioli approved. I had a dream that someone started a meme. At the bottom of their Tumblr post, it was just a banner of Harry Styles giving a thumbs up with the text, "This post is ravioli approved." They're really popular. And eventually Harry got wind of it and went on James Corden and said, "This meme is ravioli approved." Everyone loved it and it was really funny, and Harry Styles played along until one day he tweeted, "Donald Trump is not ravioli approved." And the next day, Trump freaking died. Suddenly, everyone was DMing Harry Styles like, "Am I ravioli approved?" And he mostly said yes, but the ones he said no to died. And the next day, it would come out that they had been murderers or just terrible people. They gave Harry Styles his own government, Bureau of Ravioli Approval. And every baby born got an approval or disapproval rating with their social security number. Infant mortality dropped because every baby except the disapproved ones lived. Eventually, he did like a 12-hour live special of him reading the death records for the last 20 years and disapproving of their deaths. There wasn't any earthly repercussions to that, but I'm pretty sure it meant he was sending them to heaven or hell. The dream ended with a Looney Tunes ending card, except instead of Porky Pig, it was Harry in the middle with the message, "This dream is ravioli approved," and I woke up. You know, every now and again I envy people who have dreams, but at the same time, I would have this dream and read way too much into it, because this is like terrifying, but also funny. And we eat it up. Sci-fi short series are so efficient. They take 15 minutes to read, then you think about them for the next 5 years. Hey guys, what if... puts in the most horrifying, mind-blowing concept into your head with about 15 pages. Look, I mean, if we don't have horrifying short sci-fi stories, where are the tech people going to get their influence? Like, you know, everyone's favorite short story, Don't Make the Torment Nexus, you know? That's a fantastic one. And then Zuckerberg comes out with the Torment Nexus. It's all about inspiration and where we get it from. Probably wouldn't be endangered if it didn't ruin domino games. Apparently at Holland, they were trying to do the world record for the longest domino chain, and then a bird came and knocked 23,000 of them over. Then they shot the bird and got fined because it was an endangered species. If one story has described my life as much as this has, I'd like to hear it. Stop being a pessimist, we're moving on. Want to burrow? Sleeping when it's cold. Deepest place imaginable. Opportunity to bury yourself in blankets and indulge in the ancient mammalian instinct to curl up and sleep somewhere warm, dark, and enclosed. Instant and dreamless rest. Sleeping when it's even slightly warm. Torturous! Only options are kicking off the blankets and feeling horribly exposed, or laying in your own sweat. Impossible to get comfortable, exhausting, and demoralizing Sisyphean task. Allow me to present the final option. 5 fans in your room, circulating so much air that you live inside of a faux wind tunnel. Trust me, it doesn't work, but you feel cool, but you don't feel cold. Life is a performance and we exist for the poetry of it all. Are moths aware that they're playing in the symbolism when they fly too close to candles I lit to repel them and burn their wings? Trying to explain the fall of Icarus to a moth. I mean, those stories have to come from somewhere, you know? We don't just come up with folk tales on our own. They have to have some level of inspiration. And if someone looked at a moth flying into a candle flame and went, "I bet this happened once," you know, I could see it. They will surely bump thee. I love going the speed limit. The people behind me sure don't, though. I'm going 45 and a 45, and the guy behind me's like, I hope she never sees the gates of heaven. Look, if I'm going 10 over and you're tailgating me, we are going the speed limit. Maybe even 5 below. We can break 1. We can break 1. We will not be breaking 2 today. And if you're tailgating me, You're being far more irresponsible than I was, so now I'm going to make your life a living hell by making you obey every last traffic law known to man. It's not being petty, it's my duty as a civilian. This anime is a wild ride. Y'all have heard of faithful translations. Now get ready for unfaithful translations, where I make my translations say whatever the frick I want because I think the source material sucks. Look, I'm not saying that on one faithful night in college we ordered a nun pizza with left beef and watched ghost stories for the entirety of it. I'm not saying we did that. And I'm not saying we got a call from Domino's asking us to confirm that we actually did want a nun pizza with left beef. And I'm further not confirming that it sat atop someone's dresser for about 6 months before any of us threw it away and had not a single speck of mold upon its pristine, crusty surface. I'm not saying that this all started because Ghost Stories was so bad we decided to just, prank a pizza place. But I'm saying that it's a real possibility that could have happened. Sadly true. People who love and support me. You suck! Don't pay attention to them. You have so many people who support you. I gotta know. Did I do something wrong? What's their problem? Thankfully, I've learned to be better about this. Negative comments will always stick out in the human mind more than positive ones because it's something that we feel has violated our space. There's some philosophy behind it. Thankfully, my years of doing YouTube has made me kind of numb to it, to the point where I was checking the comments on the r/glyphs video, and someone at the bottom, the very first comment just said, "Don't care, sorry," and I laughed about that, because it was funny as all heck. And you might say, is it living in your mind rent-free? No, because I literally checked it like a minute before I started recording this episode. Speaking of, though, apparently, this is a complete tangent, okay? You know what? I'm just gonna say it. People in the comments were telling me that in Old English it would be pronounced yif. Now, I don't know who thought it was okay to comment that, but that did more emotional damage than any negative comment could. Classic! The reading comprehension and overall common sense in this website is piss poor. How dare you say we pee on the poor? I mean, you shouldn't. You shouldn't. And that's all the time we have here today on Kalbus. If you like this, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, maybe share this with a friend who could use a reminder that, hey, Tumblr exists. I think. If you do want more r/Tumblr, there'll be another one popping up on your screen in just a couple of seconds, but until then, my name has been Lumo, and I hope to see you in the very next Kalbus video. Have a great rest of your day.